Good day, everyone. So this is what we're studying today. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Mason and Lydia and Natalie and all of you. Let's start with our word wall here. The first word we're going to look at is movement. Movement is when something looks like it's moving, only it's been drawn or painted or somehow it's not moving. But it gives you that idea that something is moving. The next words are cool colors. Cool colors are green, blue, and purple. We'll be studying warm colors later, but those are the cool color range. Then we're going to be doing form. Form is one of the elements of art that we're working on, and you can see with this strawberry, there appears to be a form there, almost like you can pick it up and eat it, but you can't, but that is shown in how it is drawn. The next one is sculpture. Sculptures have forms. Sculptures are three-dimensional. That particular dog is a sculpture. And then last time we talked about value, where you go from a range of lightness and darkness in a picture. All right, so now let's apply those words to our picture. This is the picture that we are going to be looking at today, and it is a horse frightened by storm. That's the title of it. The person who painted it was this man right here. His name was Eugene Delacroix, and he was a French painter. All right, so here we have this horse, and he's frightened by a storm. How do we know a storm is going on? Look at it real close. Let's take a breath so you can see. There is a lightning bolt, and the clouds are really dark, so yeah, that shows us there's a storm going on. So the first word we looked at in our word wall was movement. And as we look back at our picture, do we see movement happening here? Sure we do. That horse looks like he's got some movement going on. Then we looked at cool colors. Remember what colors were cool colors? If you said green, blue, and purple, you are right. Do you see cool colors in here? Yes. There is greens and blues in this background. Definitely so. This picture has got a lot of cool colors. And then we talked about form and sculpture. Now this is not a sculpture because it is a painting. Okay, it's two-dimensional, but it looks like there's form there. You can see it popping out on you a bit. Okay, so that is what the form is. Form is creating an object to be three-dimensional, even if it is a two-dimensional object. It looks three-dimensional. That's your form. And then the last one, just reminding ourselves about value, is the different values that we see in the blues. You have some dark blues, lighter, all the way to white. Remember how I was pointing over here and you were looking over here. Let's do it the same place. Darker, lighter, light. There, we got it together. All right. The first thing we studied was shape, and that's when lines cross and make two-dimensional shapes. We talked about circles and squares and such like. This particular picture right here doesn't have a whole lot of shapes, but we do see some shapes here in the eyes and in the nose, in the ears. There's some shapes, they're organic shapes going on right there. We see some shapes in the hooves. So the horse itself is a shape. So over here, let us just get some remembrance. We talked about shapes, we talked about value, we talked about form. We're getting there. We don't have it all filled in yet. This is what we're going to be filling it in with. We're going to be filling it in with line, shape, value, form, texture, space, and color. Those are the things that we are going to be studying when we're talking about the elements of art. All right. Today's project, the form project we're going to do, and I have a picture of what we're going to be doing. So let's see once if we can recreate something very similar to that picture. let's try it over at the counter. See you in a second. Okay, here we are. We're doing our form project, but I wanted to show you, get it in a good spot without the light. This is a small little sculpture of the Statue of Liberty, which is the picture that we showed you when we were dealing with form. Okay, and so we're going to do something that has form, which means that, that 3 different sides all around, you can turn it around and see it. So the problem we're going to have is turning our whatever we're going to do around. But what we're going to use today is we're going to do clay. Remember, we're going to be working with that little caterpillar. The clay that I've got here is modeling clay that I picked up at the dollar store because I wanted to make this as simple as possible for each one of you. Go ahead and get it from wherever you want. You can get a better quality of clay. That is fine. There's going to be some difficulties with this, and so if I can work with this, you can work with everything. That's the way I'm saying this. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do, this particular kind of clay comes in a, it's really, really wet, okay? So you got to just squeeze it out. And I want to squeeze out just about, not too terribly much. This is really gooey stuff. Those of you who like gooey, this is going to be really fun for you. All right, and I'm rolling it in the palms of my hands, just like that. And I want to get a circle. Now the problem with this is it's so gooey. So there's 2 different, that's gooey. So let's figure out how are we going to make this less gooey. Okay, I did it. I made it less gooey. How did I do it? I added flour to it. Okay, that definitely helped us with the gooey factor. All right, so even this one here that I made before, I'm going to just put a little bit of flour on it to make sure it's not as gooey. All right, so we're lining them up like this. So now we need another one. And this particular stuff, like I said, is really interesting. And I'm gonna put flour in my hand first. I don't know what kind of clay you're going to be using. If you get modeling clay from like Michael's or Home Depot or something like that, you may not have this problem, okay? If you do have the problem, now you have a solution for it. All right, so there we have a red. We have a red and a yellow. Over here I'm cutting an orange. I'll put a little bit more in my hand there. It might be that I had this for like a few months. That might be why it's gooey. I don't know. But it is gooey. Like I was telling you, roll it around in the palm of your hand, okay? You don't want to use your fingers because that doesn't get you a ball like rolling it in the palm of your hand will do. We can try it that way so you can see. So here we go. A little bit of flour just in case. Some of these are not as gooey as that one yellow was. Yellow is really gooey. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. All right, gooey. Nope, not too bad. Like I said, that one was. So if you do it in the tips of, you don't have as much surface, and it doesn't quite get into a ball. See how there's a ridge? If you do it in the palms of your hands, it's going to be more of a ball. All right, we have a couple more colors that are here. This one here, the color went to the bottom of the bag. That's interesting. Let's see how, put some flour there. Oh, this one's not, well, not too bad. Okay, there we go. And one more color that I've got here. So we're going to just do all of these different colors and we'll be good. This is black. Maybe, I don't know. I can't figure out why that one was so super gooey. These are not as bad. All right, so there we have it. The colors we're going to use. And we're going to be doing caterpillar. All right, so let's see here. Oop, a little bit of goo, so let's get some here. He isn't moving good. So let's start him off just right here, the caterpillar. All right, put him right there. And then we're going to get another one. Let's see, once black is not part of the rainbow. What is the rainbow? Red, Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, violet, and blue. So let's, we got that in brown. That's my colors. You might have different colors. So let's just try and keep that order. We might have to do a couple more. We'll see. All right, so we're going to stick this one right next to that one. We'll stick this one right next to that one. Now that's the end. So, we're going to need some more in order to make us just the right. So let's see here. I'll make some more and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, some of my balls are different colors than the others. How did I do that? I mixed two colors together. That's what I did because I was getting to the bottom of my bags of colors. They're pretty much all gone. And so I needed to have some extra, so I just mixed two colors together. Try it once, see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep them in order. So this one here is about the same color, but it's not. And we're going to be making this caterpillar here. So we're going to have, these are going to go up in the air, and this is going to be the bottom. So how am I going to keep them up there? It's a physics principle. All right, there you go. See how that did? I had to have a base on this side, and then I just stuck them all together, and I pushed them close together. Can you see the little hole right there? All right, now we need to have this here, and we'll have our head over here. Now, it doesn't really look like a caterpillar in one regard because it doesn't have those, what do you call it, antennas. So I did not have, like the picture we had, any pipe cleaner, but I had these nice glittery, oops, there it goes all the way, ties. And so I'm going to put one tie here, and I'm sticking it all the way in to try and keep it from going down. Oops, look, it's falling sideways. It is such a soft clay. You might need this particular one. I might need it to have added extra flour. All right, and then when you get to this point here, if you have any and you want to, go ahead and put in some googly eyes, because googly eyes always make things look nice. So now we have a form. We have just made ourselves a caterpillar, and it's three-dimensional. You can use Play-Doh too if your mom will let you do that. Now I'm going to let mine dry, and we'll show you next week what it looks like if it dries really nice. And you can do yours and show me what yours looks like. Awesome! Thanks for joining me. See you again next week.